Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to The Long Dark. Now, we've tried to do the As the Dead Sleep challenge frequently. We've also tried to accomplish Misery Difficulty as much as we possibly could. We had an Interloper Difficulty series a long time ago, but that was a video series and it wasn't live, so this will be my first Interloper series in the history of our live streams. So I'm very excited about it. I'm hoping I can get far. I'm hoping that I don't get myself killed through stupid mistakes and oversights. And hell, yeah, let's hop right in. I'm very excited about this playthrough. It's my favorite survival game of all time. Interloper difficulty. Male. Do I even want to take feats, or are they too powerful? Hang on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to change the description to indicate that I am not allowed to take any feats. I am not allowed to use feats for this playthrough. Okay, there. It's saved. Not allowed to use any feats. So, let's confirm. No feats. Scurvy is enabled. Quiet Apocalypse. Alright, I'm gonna open up chat. Okay. What's my spawn? Forlorn Muskeg? That's actually pretty good, but I have to figure out where I am. Okay, I know where I am. I see exactly. Alright. Now I got a difficult decision to make. I could go search over there where the forge is, or I could immediately start going to the broken railroad to search that. I think I have to start going to the broken railroad. There could be a lantern over there for all I know. Either way, it's too far out of my way. I need to watch out for a bear here. There is a patrolling bear in the area. I promise to give you a good time, Chezzy. By the way, good morning. How are you doing today? How are you doing today? Okay, I think, oh, shit. Well, that bear has altered our course significantly. Let's try some of the ice here, see if it's all weak or if we can find a path. I don't know how we managed it, but we got across. I guess we will be searching over there after all. Oh god, I'm already about to start freezing. You're doing great, eh? Me too. I'm gonna have to take 2 seconds here, shortly. I left the water boiling for coffee. I have to, once it comes to a boil, I have to go put the grounds in it and leave them to steep. What time are we here? First thing in the morning. Shit. That's not good. Hey! A fucking storm lantern. That's not bad. Alright, shit. That wolf is kind of barring our way back, isn't he? Let's go over here. Alright. I might be able to get a pack of matches here. I already have coal, and I already have a lantern, which is huge. That storm lantern's gonna help whenever we're searching dark places. Or whenever we need a slight temperature boost. But this, frostbite risk is a problem. I'm gonna have to start warming up here. If there are matches, I fucking hope to God there's matches here. Otherwise, we're screwed. Sewing kit. Uh-oh. Survive the outdoors. Well, I can't do that without matches, can I? Shit. Oh man, we're in trouble. You don't start with a flare, do you? No, not anymore. That used to be a thing, but not at present. Okay. God, that hypothermia risk is a problem. And look at this. Look at the snow starting to come down. I don't want to, but I have to take all that coal with me. We might need a lot of fires coming through here. Curse that bear over there. He made this a very difficult start, but I'm gonna try to get a grip on it. I need a lot of this for starting a fire. So the primary threat right now is our frostbite risk. If I can get a handle on that, then we'll be okay. We already have a sewing kit, so if I can find some cloth, I can make myself wrappings for my head and my hands. But it is becoming increasingly foggy, which is going to make it a lot more difficult for me to get to Forlorn, like to the train tracks. I think I know the way, but obviously anything can go wrong, right? So let's hope I keep my bearings and I get where I'm going. Grab the beard lichen. Couple of sticks. How are we looking? Frostbite risk is accumulating gradually. Let's keep moving. I see the wires for the train tracks right over there. All I have to do is get to the red train car itself. Although, there's no shelter, like, there's no bed there for me to sleep. I might be able to warm up there, but that's just about all I'll be able to do. So, what my current plan is, as far as I know, there's always a flare over there at the red train car. Now, I don't necessarily need to use it. I could instead try to make my way to the trapper's cabin. But after we get to the trapper's cabin, I'm gonna double back to Broken Railroad after appropriate preparations. And after we're done at Broken Railroad, we'll head back to Mystery Lake, going through to Pleasant Valley, you know, and then we'll try to get to Timberwolf Mountain, Ash Canyon, the really difficult climbing areas. Good morning, MyClad. Welcome, buddy. How are you doing today? Oh, I forgot. I have water boiling. I'll be back in a moment. Yeah. Oh, Zuzi already got to it. If only that bear wasn't there, I would have been able to go all the way around. I'd be approaching the maintenance shed and broken railroad right now. But I'd also have a lot less coal and a lot less cattail heads to lean on, so... certain positives. I probably am gonna make a warming fire here. One thing that I have to worry about is my limited amount of clothing. Even if I'm inside certain shelters, I might not be warm enough to not freeze, you know? I didn't take any feats, so I don't have that 2 degrees of bonus warmth. Just climbed out of the rack a bit ago, first cup of joe. Same here, buddy. Same here. Me and Zuzi, we stayed up till 4 in the morning watching shows. Slept until 11, woke up, had the cold shower. And now we got our coffee pot brewing. Alright, just as I'd hoped, we have a flare right there. Hey, a thin wool sweater. Alright, let's get this fire started. Normally, I'd be much more worried about using my flare, but we found a storm lantern. We found an early game storm lantern, which is something that we wouldn't have if we didn't go up against that bear. So, let's count our blessings in that regard. And let's hope we can get this fire started before frostbite happens to us. I would hate to get frostbite in the early game. It's so easy to avoid after. The early game is the only time you're susceptible to it, really. Shit. Low rolls here. We have plenty of coal. All we gotta do is get this fire started. Then we can produce some water that we can use to sleep. Leave a stockpile of water over at the Mystery Lake Trapper's cabin. Okay, we got the fire started. Let's chuck a couple of these in there and immediately start getting our warmth back up to full. And in the meantime, we'll make some water. Okay. Our frostbite risk is lowering. And you know what? We might not have to go to Mystery Lake at all. It's possible that we can make the trip to Broken Railroad during the evening hours, when it's warmest. So we'll try. Frostbite risk is now healed. Now, I shouldn't just pass time, I should do something while I'm here. So, what we'll do is craft a beard dressing. And then we'll loot around the train car. We got a lot of carry weight left. I'm not going to want to sprint that much. I need to conserve the rest of my energy for getting over to the maintenance shed. You don't want to get tired on the way there, you know? Granola bar. Scrap metal. Alright, you can actually crouch under here. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's a shortcut to get back here. Yeah, very useful. Now, much to my dismay, I don't have enough rose hips to make something like a hot drink. I was really hoping I would. Let's grab a torch for when we have to start our next fire. All right. I don't like this, but we have to go. Oh, God. We're walking against the wind? You gotta be kidding me. Hang on. Perhaps we don't need to leave yet. Well, we can't find guns in this difficulty anyway, so we'll put the small arms book in there. And we'll try to give the weather a chance to settle down. Really wish I could make a hot drink right now. Hey, a memento cache somewhere in Forlorn Muskeg. It's got 0.3 liters of fuel, which isn't perfect, but it's something. Oh, this game is beautiful, MyClad. You know, I've played a lot of survival games. The Long Dark is my favorite. I say that more than 7 Days to Die, more than Grounded. It is my absolute favorite. It's got a vibe and an intensity to the difficulty that other games just can't match. And the thing is, it's perfectly balanced. So whether or not you stay alive is always up to you. Always up to your decision making, your map knowledge, your resource management, your mechanical knowledge of the game. Like, it all comes together. It's really amazing. Well, looks like I can't do much about the wind. Let's make 1 more liter of water. And hopefully as that time passes, the wind will settle down. All right, we're just gonna have to walk against the wind, which is pretty brutal, but as you can see, our cold meter is 2 arrows down right now instead of being 1 arrow down. Or, sorry, 3. We're getting cold at a slower rate because it's the evening, and it's not as cold as usual. Thank you, sweetie. Good morning, Farf. Hello, buddy. How are you doing today? Oh. I really wish I wasn't walking against the wind right now, but it is what it is, right? I kind of have to sprint. Even though I want to conserve my energy, I have to. I can walk when I'm not against the wind. Oh, never better, buddy. Well, me and Susie were up until 4 in the morning watching shows last night. But, we woke up at 11 today. I had my cold shower. You know. Got my coffee. Still fasting. I can't ask for better. Yo, it's that fucking bear that we saw before. He's over there. Way off in the distance, that large blob on the water. Having the wind directly against us for this walk is the worst luck. I like how chaotic this start has been. We have an early game storm lantern, which is huge. It's magnificent fortune. But we also have had really difficult, like, it started to get foggy when we had to cross the Muskeg. The wind is against us on our way to Broken Railroad. There's factors to this. variables. Our luck isn't just good and it's not just bad. It's really been balanced so far. But we're about to start freezing, and with freezing comes the potential for frostbite. So, I mean, this wind has been really punishing for us on our road. Hopefully we can make it to the maintenance shed before we end up getting frostbite. I don't have any fire starters. We used them. So at this point, like, we can't start a fire to stave off our frostbite risk, which really sucks when you're walking against the wind. I've never done a playthrough where I've kept frostbite. Usually when I get frostbite, that's like a fail condition for me, right? That's when I give up. Well, that's the thing, I never get frostbite. If I actually got it, despite every effort, oh, that would suck. If I stay out of the wind and try to stick to a lower temperature, like a higher temperature, then it'll take longer for the frostbite risk to accumulate for my character. So my goal right now is to try to maximize my windproofness. I have to stay in windproof areas as often as possible. There's not a wind direction indicator, except, do you see the shield icon at the top of my screen up there? That indicates that I am currently standing in a windproof area. Your wind directional indicator is you have to try to look at the grass, look at the gusts. You can kind of see the snow billowing in the direction of the wind. You got to use those visual cues. It's a good thing that it's as warm as it is, because our frostbite risk is not climbing that fast. We don't even have the frostbite risk yet. Anyway, as you can see, the wind's directional, the wind is over there. We saw gusts going this way, so I know as long as I keep this wall to my right-hand side, then I'll avoid the bulk of it. We're losing a lot of health, though. We are freezing. Oh, you saw that shield? Yeah, it's the windproof indicator. It signifies that you are not currently being subjected to the wind. I'll show you some of the other mechanics too. Here, pause the game and look at the screen if you want. It's the character info, so wind chill, air temperature, and then you have a feels like temperature, which is the combined temperature of all your clothing weighed against the current wind chill and air temperature of the outside. Oh, this is gonna suck. I have to walk all the way there. We're gonna be hurt, and we're gonna be missing a lot of health when we get there. But we'll see how it goes. As long as I don't get frostbite, I can recover the rest. That much I'm confident in. I just have to make sure I don't get frostbite on my limbs. Having that camp in the train car was a very good idea. It was much colder in the morning, and we definitely would have got frostbite if we tried to push our way here. Another big part of this game is map knowledge. There's certain sites and locations where you're guaranteed to find a flare, or guaranteed to find a pack of matches, and if you learn those places, then, you know, I knew I would find a flare in that train car. And with that flare, I was able to start a fire, warm up, make camp, you know? So a lot of this game is map knowledge. And there's actually a mapping system where you can use charcoal to draw maps of areas. I see a wolf over there. That could mean trouble. A wolf struggle might actually kill me right now because I've lost so much health to the cold. If I sprint, he has a higher likelihood of detecting me, so I'm not gonna sprint. Oh god. He's a howling. Yeah, if I sprint, he'll hear me. As long as I walk, he'll have to see me in order to start hunting me. Hey. There's a dead guy just frozen right here. Nothing in the backpack. Nothing on him. Now, normally you'll find a much more generous amount of loot in this game. My clad, it's because we're on the hardest difficulty, the containers are often empty, you don't find as much loot, right? Yeah, there's 4 different difficulties to the game, plus a custom settings option where you can make the game as hard as you want it to be and tweak various things. Anyway, guys, as long as we can make it to the maintenance shed alive, we might be able to avoid getting frostbite. I need to watch out, though. This is a common wolf patrol vector. Did I use that word correctly? Hang on. Vector. Define. What? The position of one point in space relative to another? Yeah, I think that would work. A wolf patrol vector? That sounds cool as fuck. I'm gonna try to add that to my verbal repertoire, as it were. Yes. Yes, quite. Well, we lost over half our health to the cold. But if we can get there and get some sleep, good sleep, restful sleep, then we'll be alright. We'll get a lot of our condition back. And then we'll start searching the area. We'll create a stockpile of items inside this place. Search that after we've warmed up, but I need to check here. There is sometimes clothing, but not today. Alright. Let's head in. We're probably not going to be warm enough in here. No. Yeah, we're still cold. -4 in here, so... what we have to do... Grab the matches. Start a fire. Warm up. But now, we can use one match to light the torch. And then repeatedly use the torch to try and start the fire. That way you use as few matches as possible. Let's use the Small Arms Handbook. Because it's a book and it's paper, it gives us a much greater chance, 80% rather than 60%, of starting the fire. Alright, we got it. Let's chuck a piece of coal in here. We're gonna have to warm up before we can sleep. And while we explore the area, let's boil some water. That's weird. Okay. Is there anything I can process? Yeah, let's process these reishi mushrooms while that water comes to a boil. And then, we can also process another beard dressing. Oh, I accidentally picked it up too early. Okay. Anyway, we're fully warmed up. We're not freezing anymore, but we are very tired. Let's look around the area, loot what we can, and then we'll go to sleep. Requires pry bar. I need a pry bar in order to crack into that locker. We got 1.82 liters of water in the toilet there. Another locker here that we can't get into without a pry bar. You never know, we might find a pry bar here. It's happened. It is a maintenance shed, right? So there would be tools here. Banged up can of Pinnacle Peaches. Nothing in the freezer. We got some crackers and a book. Can use the book as fire fuel. Most of those lockers are locked firmly. We're gonna need a pry bar for them. That's our bed right there. That's where we're gonna be hanging our head. The catch is, once I sleep, it's gonna be nighttime, and once it's nighttime, it's too dark to loot. So I have to make sure I'm doing my looting now, even if I'm losing some health. Hey, a pry bar. Looks like we can finally get into those locked lockers. Empty. 2 drawers also empty. Grab that. Scrap lead, huh? Scrap metal. All right. There's a jerry can over there. And it has 3 liters of lantern fuel in it. Which means I can fill up the storm lantern that we found. Right up to full. We can get the most use out of it. We'll take that mountaineering rope. It's very heavy, but we can set it up somewhere around here. Alright, looks like that water has come to a boil. Just about. We'll go grab that water and then we'll go sleep. We'll crack into those lockers first that we were unable to crack into before. And after we've slept and gotten some health back, we'll start making a stash in those lockers. Make this, one of our outposts. In case we ever travel back to the area, we'll have a place that is already, technically, home. Interloper is no longer the max difficulty. In a recent update, they added a brand new one called Misery. But Misery is kind of extreme. Essentially, Misery applies debuffs to your character after however many days. So like 15 days in, you get a debuff, 30 days in, you get another, and then eventually your health regeneration stops altogether, so you become terminally ill. And every little mistake ends up bringing you closer and closer to death. Interloper, however, is the hardest regular difficulty where you're expected to survive as long as you can and have a long playthrough. Yeah, Interloper was the max difficulty for a long time. There were ways that you could make it harder than Interloper in custom settings, but I find Interloper is a beautifully balanced difficulty. Just hard enough to make you sweat, and not so hard that you're going to be dying all the time to stuff you can't control. Alright, let's take the potable water. And... Well, let's go get some sleep. Of all the survival games I've played, this one is my absolute favorite. And that's saying a lot, because I've played them all, man. Green Hell, Stranded Deep, Raft, Subnautica, fucking 7 Days to Die, Grounded. I am a survival game guy. I've even played, like, Mist Survival and The Infected. This is my favorite survival game out of every single one, bar none. All right, we will create the stash later. For now, let's get some sleep. 10 hours of sleep requires 750 calories. And we gotta hope we don't get fucking food poisoning while we're eating. We'll eat that granola bar. Cattail stalks do not give you food poisoning, so we're gonna eat those to ensure that we do not get food poisoning from any of our food. Alright, I think that's 750 calories, but we've lost a few, so we'll eat a fragment of a cattail stalk right there. Fully hydrate. Alright, watch my health, buddy. This is... We're about to get a lot of health back from this meaningful rest. A lot of health back. Oh, that feels better. Our health bar is respectable now. We got it all back, just about. Now, I could get a little bit more rest. Let's do it. Now, normally, if you're playing on one of the other difficulties, Voyager, Pilgrim, and Stalker, there's 3 other difficulties. If you're playing on one of those, you can find rifles, you can find revolvers, you can find hatchets and knives. But in this and there's also a wide diversity of available clothing for your character that you can find. Expedition parkas, fisherman sweaters, Kochuan sweaters, mukluks. But Interloper Difficulty is special because it disables a lot of that stuff. So I can't find a rifle, I can't find a revolver, I cannot find hatchets or knives. I need to craft my own. I can make a survival bow out of maple saplings, and I can make arrows out of birch saplings and feathers, and I can forge arrowheads. I can also forge a knife and forge a hatchet. So you have to make your own stuff in Interloper. It requires far more skill and preparation and knowledge of the game's mechanics. Yes, Reaper Buck, I would 100% recommend leaving Navezgane. If you've already played a couple of playthroughs in Navezgane and you know where the towns are, then definitely, because Random Gen is going to make it so that you don't know what's coming, you don't know where you'll spawn, you don't know where the towns are. It makes it, like, new again. As close as it can to new, you know? As you guys can see, it's extremely dark in here, but it's also just about to be the morning time. So, while we wait for morning, I'm gonna use my lantern to get over here to the locker, turn it off to save fuel, and then we're gonna create an item stash in here. So, cedar wood, we'll deposit 11 of the coal. Reclaimed wood, 3 books that we can research later. We'll deposit 3 of those books, use these 2 for starting fires. Okay. We no longer need that flare. Hell, I'll drop it on the ground. Use it as a decoration. Hey, we didn't search this. There's a cup of herbal tea in that microwave. That's useful. I kind of wish there was a mug of coffee in there, but... Alright. Well, let's, deposit these 4 fuses. Leather, dusting sulfur, scrap lead, scrap metal. Alright. Refuel the storm lantern with all that fuel that we found. Wonderful find. And let's scrap this torch right here. Oh, very nice, Reaper Buck. Well, hey, you know what? Yeah, we would all recommend random gen maps, but if you're not that familiar with the game and you don't really know how to play it that well, Navezgane is a good place to start. I saw that you went live, but I'm currently in the last hour of your Loot Goblin episode from yesterday. Alrighty, Koron. Well, hey, I hope you're enjoying it, and thank you for dropping by. Yeah, if you can catch up, then you can watch them live. It must be, I've thought about that a couple times, how shitty it must be to, like, you're watching yesterday's episode because, you know, we have school, we have work, we have whatever, we have our responsibilities, and you know that you're watching yesterday's episode while they're live today. I've thought about that. I remember there were times, I like this streamer called Brian Menard. He plays a lot of State of Decay 2, a lot of, like, Fallout survival games, and he's a really cool dude, but, there were times where he was playing State of Decay 2 and he was live streaming episode 3 and I wasn't caught up yet. I was still on episode like 1 or 2 and I hated that. Yeah, I sympathize, brother. Oh. Are you enjoying Loot Goblin so far? All right. Well, our inventory is pretty much sorted. As you guys can see, we're getting cold in here, like really cold. We're gonna need to create better clothing, find better clothing. Now there is cloth around here that I can harvest. And then I could craft myself some hand wraps or something. There's a blizzard outside, I think. You know what? I'm gonna head out in that blizzard. Oh, that's not a blizzard, that's just strong wind. Flurries. A wolf already, huh? Okay, we have to go around this wolf, wide berth, and we have to leave the climbing rope down there at the rock, the anchor point. We don't have to tie it there right now, but we do have to leave it there. You can get stalked by a wolf for quite a long time. They usually don't run at you from that far away. So as long as I just keep up the distance between him and I. You're loving the episode, eh? 25% loot, it hits different, buddy. It really does. If you've never tried 25% loot, oh, it's cherry. I recommend it. It makes the game feel more real. There's much more scarcity involved. Yeah. Very nice. I was happy to find that. I'm an agility guy, right? So I do deep cuts, gunslinger. Every time I find a pistol, I love it. Looks like we lost that wolf. Let's ditch this climbing rope right here. I probably shouldn't have brought this heavy jerry can with me, but we might be okay. Now there is a bear spawn around here, so I need to keep 6 and keep my head on a swivel. There's wolves behind me and a potential bear in front of me. That's the bear's den right over there. You can see the icicles hanging off of it. There are ways that you can lose a charging bear or a charging wolf, but they're kind of 50-50. Alright, that's the bear right there. We at least know where he is. We're gonna grab some of these reishi mushrooms here. Fuck, I hear the bear. He's coming. I heard his snarl. Alright, we got a hunter's blind over there to check out, then a cave behind it. After we've searched both, we're gonna head up the way there. There's a hunting lodge. But we are going to take some cold damage on the way. It's not going to be anything like the cold damage we took getting to Broken Railroad, but it's Not gonna be negligible either. Nothing in here. I see a piece of cedar wood back there. We'll go grab it. Oh, you were caught up in the politics yesterday? Didn't game much? Yeah, true enough. Hey, that's the world we live in right now, buddy. Honestly, it's shit's fucked ever since. Well, it's kind of been moderately fucked for a long time, but I feel like ever since the pandemic, it's been so much worse. Rampant government corruption. They're not even trying to hide it anymore, right? Oh, yeah, the chosen one. I remember that. Would you prefer to be alone in the woods with a bear or a man? Tell you one thing, if it was a choice between a dog and your average narcissistic 25-year-old woman today, I'd take the dog. But you know what? That's, I think most people, like 90% of people know that question was bullshit, but it's that 10%, that crazy-ass 10% that you gotta watch out for. A real, and the women never ask themselves, what kind of man? Like, because a good man will protect you from a bear, protect you from a wolf, protect you from whatever else. Encroaching, rapacious marauders, you know? Like, yeah, that was a dumb question. It was so weird to see that trending the way it was. But we have a term for those, they're feminazis, you know? Would you rather be alone in the woods with a wolf or a woman? Well, I'll tell you, I can tame the wolf. The woman will give me a hard time, and she'll eat half my food. Oh, man. Fuck yeah. We must escape. Yeah, you can't live in that headspace forever. Yeah. Fight when the time is right. And live when the time is right. Peace when you can afford it, and protest when you cannot. Although more and more, it's looking like protesting isn't gonna cut it. You know, this game actually takes place in Canada. This is the Northern Canadian Wilderness. And so no wonder there was an apocalypse after Trudeau was done with it, right? I see wolves on the water over there. We need to watch out for them. A wolf just attacked a rabbit. Yeah, right there. I guess better that than the wolf stalking me, right? I have to get into that cabin. And there's no guarantee it's gonna be warm in that cabin. I might still be cold in there. Oh yeah. And reading people can be as simple as gauging their social interactions. Like, there's a certain way that narcissists and sociopaths think. And the thing is, a person doesn't have to be a narcissist to have narcissistic tendencies, like self-absorption, a lack of adequate empathy, a lack of accountability for their actions. Like, these are huge red flags. If you point out to someone that they've fucked up in a way that is meaningful and they just try to like deflect and avoid responsibility for it, that's a huge red flag. Accountability is how I know I'm dealing with a person I want to deal with. Oh, that wolf is chowing down. All right, let's try to get inside. Really, really quickly. Grab some of these rose hips here. While that wolf is chowing down. Fuck. I was gonna go search those cars, but we'll save that for later. Okay. It's actually warm enough in here. This is a very warm shelter. Oh, that makes me very happy. Okay, we can afford to get a lot done here. Specifically, we can harvest some curtains and craft hand wraps and a head wrap for ourselves in the event that we don't find gloves or a hat for a long time. Let's put this cooking skillet on the grill here. Pork and beans, wood matches, cooking oil. Yes. We got some flour. This place is loaded. Even on Interloper, this place is loaded. Maple syrup. It must be Canada. All right. Let's keep looking around. A firewood bin. Fir firewood. Sometimes there's a bedroll here. It sucks that we were unable to acquire one. There's a rope climb in this region that I'd like to do, and it's particularly difficult and dangerous if you don't have a climbing rope. But the game does give you an emergency stim for completing it, and I could theoretically use that stim to climb out if I had to. Theoretically. Replacement fuse. We got a candy bar, some scrap metal. Weird Al, I want to be a Canadian idiot. Is that a real song? Oh, man. Only Weird Al. So that's like a parody of Green Day's American Idiot, eh? Oh, definitely got to check this. There's gonna be some calories in here. Yeah, we got 2 potatoes. Oh shit, I'm freezing? Is it because I'm in the basement? Is it colder down here than it is upstairs or what? Yeah, wow, that's interesting. The basement counts as like a cold storage. That's fascinating. Okay. All right, let's search the upstairs, see what we can find. Oh, there it is. Emergency stim. If I inject this, it'll give me unlimited stamina and alertness for a brief period of time. And it also restores some of your health. Like 15%. Nothing in there. Sometimes you can find a magnifying lens here. Very efficient fire starter, but fragile. Prone to break if you get in a struggle with a wild animal. Briar House pie recipe? What? Okay, I learned how to craft Briar House pie. Another mountaineering rope, eh? Thought I saw something there, but maybe not. Maybe it was just the cardboard box. Okay, we got another sewing book. It's important, imperative really, that we find as many sewing books as possible. I'm always gonna be a proud member of the small fringe minority. All right, so this vest is in a better condition than our previous one. We'll harvest this one. 20-minute time for harvest, getting 2 cloth in the process. Okay. We accumulated a little bit of frostbite risk, but once we make the hand wraps and head wrap, that'll no longer be an issue. Food-wise, we're doing very well. Yeah, we're gonna get a handle on all this. Let's make sure that we've produced bandages. Just in case we get into a struggle, we have to be able to stem the bleeding. Ugh. Prepare some rose hips as well. We can make hot drinks out of those. And, now, I suppose we just harvest some curtains and we try to craft ourselves the head wrap and hand wraps. So health regen works like this. You get condition back passively as long as all 4 of your needs at the bottom left corner of the screen are met. So you see how the belly icon is red? That's because I don't have any calories right now. If I was to eat something, then I would gain a trickle of passive health regeneration over time, as long as every one of those 4 meters is white instead of red. However, you get way more condition back when you sleep. So one thing I like to do is I will starve my character all day. I just interpret it as fasting, right? And then I'll eat calories right before bed so that I can get a bunch of health back while I sleep. That way I can get the most mileage out of my food, right? All right, so let's craft improvised hand wraps. It'll take 37 minutes. Beautiful. We now have gloves. Let's take a drink of water, and then we'll also craft an improvised head wrap. And different things down here, MyClad, they give you different, so if you're freezing, if that temperature meter at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen is empty, then you're going to lose 20% of your condition per in-game hour, which is huge. Cold kills you the fastest out of all that shit. The eye is fatigue. That's how rested you are. And the belly, obviously, is how full you are. Those both only, you lose like 1% of your condition per hour. It's negligible. But there's other effects. Like if your rest meter is empty, you can't sprint. Thirst does like 2% per hour, so it's worse than hunger and tiredness. But freezing is the big one. If that temperature meter reaches the red, then you'll be in trouble. And you got to kind of juggle the health damage with freezing while you continue to travel. And you got to try to keep on regenerating health by resting at key strategic checkpoints. Okay. We now no longer possess any frostbite risk to speak of. Ooh, that's a 1-hour repair time, eh? We got a backpack here. Okay. Do I start a fire or do I not start a fire? I should definitely run around a little, try to burn through some calories. But let's... Or not calories. I need to tire myself out. Rest is a resource in this difficulty, so I can't just sleep as much as I want. I actually have to... I have to be tired enough to sleep 10 hours, so I have to run around a bit, tire myself out. Let's warm up all the way, run outside, tie the climbing rope onto the anchor point, and then come back in. As long as this blizzard is raging, I don't think there's going to be any wolves here. And as long as I make sure I'm out of the wind, it won't be too cold. Yeah, right there. Oh, it's getting colder. Let's deploy the rope now. Because it's noon and evening hours right now, it's not that cold when you're out of the wind, but extremely cold when you're in the wind during the blizzard. Okay, let's search the cars before we head inside. Nothing in the visors. Search the glove box. Nothing. Hey, a memento key. I don't know where that memento cache is, but it's somewhere in the Broken Railroad. All right. Well, let's get back inside. We're about to start freezing here, and we don't need that. Oh, just in time. Okay. Now, We managed to get ourselves decently tired through that. We're gonna keep running around until we require 10 hours of sleep. Pass time, get some stamina back, keep moving. There is a worthy consideration to make here. It's very warm outside of the wind, but very cold in the wind. It's sometimes better to travel during the evening hours. If you can, because you can get a lot further and do a lot more while it's that warm, but it kind of depends on the strength of the wind at the time. Let's try to pass time in the bed and warm up. And then we'll see what the weather's like outside. It doesn't sound too calm and welcoming out there. No, yeah, that's pretty rough. Anyway, we are now prepared to get 10 hours of sleep. So let's do that. We need the rest. Big time we do. Alright, let's eat this crunchy stuff bar. And then this candy bar. I believe that's 550 calories. And then a couple of cattail stalks to fill in the cracks. Okay, here we go. 10 hours of rest. We're gonna get a bunch of our health back. And now we no longer need to worry at least about frostbite risk. Bust out the old storm lantern. Right. And let's get out of here. I'm taking the skillet with me. Alright. It's an extremely cold time to travel, but we have to go. And visibility is poor. Now, I could try that rope climb, or I could try to billy goat down there. But, billy goating is dangerous. So I don't think I'm gonna try that. We're just gonna do the climb. After all, climbing down is much easier than climbing up. I need to watch out. That bear patrols this area. And it's 50-50 whether or not I manage to lose it if it starts pursuing me. Now we're gonna try to attach the rope that we left behind onto the anchor point located here. Oh, these mechanics are spot on, buddy. I love it so much. This game is, it's just beautiful. It's a labor of love, you know? And the thing is, the game is so stable. It never crashes. I never see this game crash, ever. I never see any glitches either. It's always stable. It's always perfect. I have nothing but pure respect for the devs. I used to be really pissed at them before because they have a story mode, right? And they spent many years neglecting survival mode and focusing on the story at a slow pace. But they have recently been doing a Tales from the Far Territory series of updates, and it's been pure survival. pure survival mode. And they have given so much tender love and care to survival mode that every problem I ever had with their development direction is gone. I could not have more respect for Hinterland as developers. They have delivered on every promise and then some. And they did it with such limited resources. Like, I'm so fucking proud of what they did. I've given Hinterland my money on a lot of platforms. All right. Try to reduce my glare a little bit. All right. We gotta try to get back to that maintenance shed safely. If we encounter a wolf, that could be trouble. Now, although we're freezing and losing health, we no longer have to worry about frostbite risk ever occurring. We'll at least be safe in that regard. This is the maintenance shed, but it's also a wolf patrol vector, so I have to be very careful. Oh, I heard a wolf right there, right behind me. I got in just in time. Now, even though I have new clothing, it's still pretty fucking cold. How cold? Feels like -2. So if I take this out, that doesn't make it warm, but having a nap will warm me up a little bit. Hey, a piece of cloth. Okay. Yeah, let's have a nap. Or at least just pass time in the bed. As you can see, the bed warmth bonus gives me 5 degrees of extra warmth. Really helpful. Alright. So, it feels like -2 right now. That's a 30-minute repair. Can't repair while in the dark. Alright. Well, I can at least organize my loot stash for the time being. Deposit the cedar wood, the fir wood. Yes, we have a lot of food here. A lot of food to lean on. We're low on water, though. I will need to manufacture more water. Let's deposit the jerry can. Deposit the cooking skillet. We could use that, actually, to boil water. If we want a way to pass the time during the night here, that's the best way to do it, probably. Let's deposit that cloth, scrap metal, crow feathers. Now, I'm actually going to make a text document where I document everything here. Or I could do screenshots. That would probably be the easier option. Yeah. Alright. Print screen. Just give me a sec, guys. I'm going to take down little pictures of what I got here. So, save as. This is Broken Railroad Maintenance Shed Outpost number 1. And then I have to take another screenshot after I've scrolled down. Just to get the rest. And paste. Save as. Shed Outpost number 2. Okay. Let's deposit this cooking oil. We don't need to keep that on us. Nor do we need to keep the flour. We'll keep the rest, however. This cooking skillet we'll put over on the potbelly stove located here. So, how am I doing this, huh? Difficult decision. I got choices to make here. We already tied the rope. I have to consider my moves very carefully. If I light a fire here and produce some water, that's obviously a good call. I wouldn't want to go down there when it's this dark. I definitely want daylight, but it would honestly be even better if I went down there during the evening hours when it's warmest. All right. We're going to light a fire here. Torch, cattail head, and book. 80% chance of success. Yeah, we're going to boil water. And we're going to research our mending book while we boil it. And then we're going to get some sleep and try to wake up around the evening time tomorrow when it's warmest. And then we'll descend in that rope climb to the ravine. All right, 1 liter of water at a time. Got to put some fuel in here. In fact, we'll need more than that. Put a piece of fir firewood in there. It'll burn a long time. Alright. Now, we need 1 hour of research. I think it's a cattail stalk each. And when we're done this hour of research, we'll have a liter of water, boiled and ready. And then we can do it again. Eat another cattail stalk. Okay. Potable water. Put another liter on. Eat a cattail stalk. Research sewing for another hour. Okay, as far as tiredness goes, yeah, I think we're just about ready to go. We'll do 1 more hour. Okay, potable water. All right, the fire has gone out. We have made 4 liters of water, I believe. Yep. And we've researched 4 out of 5 hours on this sewing primer book. So, here we go. We have to deposit something. I'll be able to leave some things at the top of the rope climb. That's not an issue. We'll call this good enough. All right, let's hydrate. Give ourselves enough calories for health regeneration. And let's try to make sure it's food that's relatively safe. Carrot. That's 2 hours of sleep. Another carrot. Another 2 hours. And a fraction of a cattail stalk should be enough. 4, 5, 6. We need 450 calories, so. Okay, here we go. 7 hours of rest, and we should be waking up around the evening time when the day is warmest. Oh my god, Susanna. So goodness. Might want to take off your headphones. Alright. So, what time of the day is it? Yep, it is evening hours. We have to hope it's as warm as possible out there. We'll be able to get the most done. Yeah, you see that? Our temperature rating is only 1 arrow down. That's best case scenario. What we have to hope is that the weather holds. That's the critical bit. And we have to hope nothing goes wrong. I need to try to avoid hills that wolves might be hiding behind. And I need to save my stamina and my energy. We have to do a rope climb all the way down, and then that same rope climb all the way up. Which means that we need to conserve our energy as much as possible. If we don't leave enough for that climb back up, then we have to use an emergency stim, and that would suck. Fuck. Well, we're being stalked. I really wish we found a coffee in that microwave. It helps quite a bit with the rope climb. What is this? I don't think I ever found this before. Well, he had nothing on him. Now, as you can see, the wind has begun to pick up a little bit. Alright. Drop those. Save a little bit of inventory space, and we'll drop a liter of water as well for the same purpose. Let's go. Oh, man. May as well grab that shit. Okay. Let's continue our climb down. Now, the climb up is going to be much harder than the climb down was. Usually is. We have to hope that we've conserved enough of our fatigue meter to make it. And that's after walking around down here and searching everything. We'll be pretty tired when it's all said and done. But we chose the best time of day to leave. The warm evening hours. Now we just have to hope that we can do the rest. I don't think I've ever done this without a coffee and a bedroll before. Like, usually I have one of those two things to kind of help me get it done. This time, no. By the way, whenever you guys need feathers for crafting arrows, you can get them from animal carcasses. The ravens will circle around the animals and shed feathers. Alright, I gotta try to hug this wall. That's where the windproof area is, so if I'm hugging that wall, I don't have to sprint as much. The reason why I'm sprinting sometimes is because I have to juggle my temperature loss with my fatigue loss. As much as I don't want to get too tired, freezing too much is also a bad thing, so... Alright, so far our temperature meter is looking really good for the intensity of what we tried to do. Hey, we got a tin of coffee, some stump remover, moldy granola bar, water purification tablets. All in all, not bad. But we didn't find an emergency stim. To my understanding, there might be a dead body down here that has one. I need to try to locate that body on the way back. Although it is possible that that body's not a 100% spawn. I'll have to find out. Alright, we're windproof right here. We are going to freeze a little bit. Normally I'd start a fire so I could warm up before I did the climb back up, but since we don't have a bedroll, I can't do that. If I spend time warming up in front of a fire, then I'm consuming my fatigue meter, and I need as much of it as possible to get back up there. If I had a bedroll, I could just sleep by a fire, simultaneously warming up and resting, but I don't have that option. Alright, we have officially begun to freeze. So we're gonna start losing 20% of our condition per in-game hour. Which means we gotta move. Oh, I see a backpack over there. Here. That was hard to find. Look at that. A second emergency stim. That's a big deal. Emergency stims are lifesavers. We got a book as well that we can use as fire fuel. Normally we'd want to research that book, but there's no firearms in this difficulty, so books that you research for firearms are kind of useless. Other than their use as fire fuel, of course. Okay, well, we got that second emergency stim. That was the very important part. Now, let's get out of here. I'm gonna have to hope I have enough fatigue energy to get me out of here. I'm missing quite a bit of it. As far as the cattails go, I think we looted every cattail down here. We haven't done too badly. Alright, now for the arduous task of trying to scale this rope climb right here. Notably arduous. One of the longest rope climbs in the game. Anyway, that's, I don't have any coffee, so we're just doing this bare naked. You see how rapidly my fatigue meter is draining? When you drink coffee, you give yourself kind of a buff that stops it from draining as fast. Alright, we'll rest on the ledge for a second. I don't know if I can make it the rest of the way, but maybe. Oh god, I hear a wolf right over there. Fuck, what if there is a wolf, like, right there? Son of a bitch. That's not good, man. I hope he didn't stick around. Otherwise, we might be in trouble. We're gonna be tired when we get up there, man. I think we'll make it to the top, but we'll be dead tired when we have. All right, we made it. More or less. Let's grab everything we had to... Oh my god. Uh-oh. All right. Light the torch. See that, guys? It's better to use a match, light the torch, and scare the wolf away than it is to let the wolf attack you and potentially end your playthrough. We did it. That was my first real split-second decision test. You can, if you light a torch, you can scare away the wolf by throwing the torch at it. But if it's too windy, then the wind will blow the torch out. That's why I deliberately stood next to the wall so that the wind was blowing this way, and so if I had the wall right here, it wouldn't blow it out, and I'd be able to throw it. Yes, a torch will deter a wolf. I'm really glad that we got to have an experience like that. I was cornered. I had nowhere to go but back down the rope climb, and I sure as shit wasn't gonna do that. That was a really good thing to have in an episode 1. Oh, and MyClad. Do you remember the flare that I used to start a fire in that red train car earlier? Well, those flares, they're like torches, except they can't be blown out by the wind. So if you're in a blizzard and a wolf is coming at you, you can light the flare and throw the flare, even if the wind is howling all around you. I'm gonna try to keep this torch lit until I get inside the maintenance shed. Might even try to start another fire so I can temporarily... I don't know, we could theoretically sleep. Alright. Let's just put this torch out. It might be good to start one more fire later. There's a book here I forgot to grab. Let's get some sleep. I don't really want to risk eating these crackers, but I kind of have to. Shit. All the food that's below 30% has a considerable chance of giving me food poisoning. Oh, good. And then we'll eat 2 cattails to fill in the cracks. And a fraction of another. Alright, 10 hours of rest. Here we go. Oh, there's an aurora tonight. But we slept right through it. So the aurora is a special phenomenon. It causes every electrical thing to turn on. And it also makes wildlife more aggressive and less afraid of deterrence. All right. We're gonna do the same thing. We have to leave Broken Railroad now and head to Mystery Lake. So what we're gonna try to do is leave during the evening hours so we can get as far as possible. It's a long road back from Broken Railroad, so... Alright, looks like there ain't much here to be found. Much of anything at all. Alright, let's loot these containers. Grab the wires. Grab that fuse. I see nothing else of interest around here. Let's pop back in. We need to try to repair our clothing in an attempt to make it so we're not freezing in here. I'm gonna try to navigate through the dark and get to that place where our locker is. No dice. Alright, let's turn this on. There we go. Let's take that cloth and try to repair this. It'll take an hour, though. Oh, you can't repair while in the dark. Makes sense, makes sense. Alright. Well, how am I spending my time, then? I'll prepare some reishi mushrooms. Alright. Now, we do have some light. But we may actually start freezing while we try to repair that. This one will take 30 minutes. It'll be a safer bet. Okay, we repaired it a little. What's the time for repair on this? 30 minutes again? Okay, good. We got some condition back on both of those shirts. Still feels like -2, but... Okay. Start a fire. We're gonna manufacture some water, keep ourselves warm while we repair our clothing the rest of the way, and finish researching this sewing book that we got. Oh, we failed to start the fire. Let's try again. I hope we don't fail again. This torch is very low durability. Then we'd have to use another match to light another torch after crafting one. Alright, we got it. We have a lot of fire fuel here. Alright, now, if we repair this shirt, it's gonna make a big difference in our ability to withstand temperature. We failed. Failed the repair. Consuming the cloth in the process. We have 2 more cloth that we can use for repairs. Let's hope we don't fail again. Nice. It's lucky. Okay, we still need to repair... Honestly, everything's looking okay. Yeah, our clothing is alright now. We've repaired it as much as we needed to. So what's it like over here now? Yeah, we're no longer freezing in here. We are just above the line of freezing, thanks to those repairs on our clothing. And we'll find more clothing as time progresses. So, we've melted the snow. Let's grab the non-potable water. Because we can use these water purification tablets. Non-potable water. Melt more snow. And now we need to grab a backup torch out of here. And we'll use that torch to start a fire later. Okay. Now, if we have a few-hour nap, it should be evening time, and we'll be ready to go. I would like to finish researching that sewing book, but we can do that anywhere. I don't need to rush to get it done now. In fact, I still can't leave yet. So we got a lot of books right there. Deposit, 25 cattail heads, 4 cedar, 2 fir, 2 reclaimed wood. All right. Leave 4 liters of water here. Oh, we are still cold here. Interesting. Deposit the cloth and the feathers. Stump remover. Extra weight that we don't need. Whetstone. Okay, now. We may as well take our research materials, I'd imagine. Wilderness Kitchen we don't really need, but the fire starting book is valuable. We also have to take the other sewing primer book, that's important. And I'll take a little bit of extra coal. Okay, so let me think for a moment. Have a few-hour nap. And then what? Do we go with or without hot drinks? That's the question. We haven't even searched the cars outside, so if I wanted to, I could take a little bit more time here. Alright, nothing in those. Yeah, we're not leaving today. We'll wait till tomorrow, I think. It's a difficult choice either way. Fuck it, let's go rest and we'll see what the weather looks like at least. But before we do, I need to write down what's here. So we'll do it tab by tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wilderness Kitchen book. Alright, text document time. Long dark stashes. Four books, 1 cooking book, 4 cedar, 2 fir. $25 cattail heads. 2 leather, 12 feather. 25 cattail heads, 2 leather, 12 feather. One cloth, 9 coal, and cooking oil. One sack of flour as well. I remember that. May as well write it down now. Okay. Followed by dusting sulfur, 2 reclaimed wood, scrap lead. All right. 2.30 liters of jerry can fuel. So jerry can. 2.3 liters. 5 fuses. 7 scrap metal. 4 liters of water, 1 stump remover.
About to call with my parents, darling?
Let you know if there's any frame drops?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, guys. My wife is about to call with her parents. Just let us know if there's any frame drops. That way we can, like, she can just disable her video feed or whatever, or reduce the quality of it. Yeah, we should be okay, but just in case. Alright, deposit the wires and that fuse. So we have 1 wire, 6 fuses, a whetstone. Six fuses, 1 wire, 1 whetstone. Okay. So I think that's everything documented. We won't be, we'll never forget what we have here now that we've documented all of that. Very critical step. Yeah, we're good. So now we just have our nap and we shove off and head out. And we've already searched the place where the forge was in Forlorn Muskeg, so we don't have to go there on our way to Mystery Lake. We're completely clear. Now we need 4 or 5 hours of sleep just about. Well, let's hope we don't get food poisoning here. Nice, we didn't. Frames are pretty smooth, eh? Good. Okay, now. I'm gonna save this document. Long dark stashes. Oh, and let's close Steam as well, just the window. Okay, so we have to hope it's very warm out there. The time of day is perfect. We just have to hope that the weather is not windy. And then we can just casually, slowly walk where we want to go. Look at that, guys. Feels like -6. This is the best case scenario. And it's not windy, so we can just walk a significant way. And if I want to, I can have a checkpoint warming fire when we get to that red train car. It may even get a little warmer than -6. I just need to watch out. This is a common wolf patrol route. We know that already. What's really cool is that it's so warm right now, I can actually warm up inside a car. Let's keep our eyes peeled. Wolves. Behind every hill, there could be a wolf waiting to ambush me, so... Yeah, we're warm in the car. Like, we're actually warm in here. Alright, I've decided something. We're gonna go search this train car over here. Grab whatever loot's in there. And then we're gonna come back, sleep an hour in the car, and then shove off. Although, it's kind of risky to sleep in the car. Only because the weather could change while you're in there, and then you lose a bunch of condition because you slept in the cold, right? But we got a flare because we came here. That's not bad. There's a dead body over there. Let's go check out what's here. I'm not going over there. Like, I know that if I keep going this way, I'll get to the far territories, which isn't what I want to do, but we might find something good here. Okay. Well, we searched everything that we could here. I don't know where that is. I would love to search that memento cache. I'm sure we'd get great loot from it, but... -7. It got a little bit colder while we've been out here. If I really want to extend my travel, I could make a hot drink. That's always an option. I think I will, but I can't do it here. Wouldn't be safe enough to make one here. Yeah, we've already lost half of our temperature due to that detour right there. Oh yeah, it's getting colder. -10. It's not so bad when I'm out of the wind, but that's the imperative aspect. So let's get over here to the wall. -4. It's even warmer now when I'm out of the wind, but even colder when I'm in the wind. It was -7 before, when I was just walking around. I can theoretically make use of this. Okay. Start a fire right here. We'll just try to use the stick instead of the book. The book is more for disasters, like, if we have a lot of books, sure, but never mind, never mind. Yeah, books are context appropriate. Okay, so now I put the can down and I cook rose hips. 13 minutes until they're ready. And now we drink it and it gives us a significant buffer against the cold. A significant buffer. Our temperature meter being blue like that means that we have a reinforcement. So it's gonna go down much slower than usual. I just gotta try to stick to the windproof areas. That's the critical aspect. Big time. Now, Forlorn Muskeg is a big open area. It's very unlikely I'll be able to have any wind protection on the road. You know what? We're doing pretty good already. I mean, the fact that we managed to leave Forlorn Muskeg without beginning to freeze is good enough on its face, but the fact that we also did extra exploration and got extra resources before coming here, you know, it's working out. Minus 15. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, it's windproof to my right. If I keep a wall to my right at all times, or at least as often as possible, it's gonna help. Maybe not to my right. Okay, to my left. I'm gonna turn on his voice for a while. Your survivor has, he speaks once in a while. Oh shit. I just heard the start of an aurora, which is honestly pretty bad news for us. Alright, couple pieces of cedar wood, scrap metal. An aurora basically means that if a wolf or bear comes at us, we have no hope of scaring it away. I think I see the bear off in the distance there. We'll get all of our stamina back, and then we'll go on a sprinting spree to try to cover as much ground as possible.
My fingers feel numb.
Just gotta keep moving. Light on your feet. The hardest difficulty in this game is about travel. It's about traveling while managing your resources responsibly. Only using what's needed when it's needed. That type of thing. Oh god. There's 2 wolves in our path. That's bad, man. That's really bad. 3 wolves directly in our path. I need to try to wide berth around them. If I stick near the tracks, I'll be in big trouble. The thing is, there is an aurora. It only just started, but there is an aurora, so I might not be able to scare them away with the conventional means. I have to keep moving. I would love to stop at this red train car and camp, but I can't.
I'm so cold. Warming up again.
I'm actually gonna have to keep on moving until I get to either the trapper's cabin or the camp office in Mystery Lake. Jesus. Okay. Let's just keep moving. Very dangerous. Especially some of the water on this in this area, it's weak ice, and you can actually, it can crack and you'll fall into the water. Really dangerous shit. I honestly might not want to run that much. Otherwise, I might provoke the wolf into giving chase. We may have lost the wolf. By breaking line of sight and sprinting away, we may have covered our asses. Yeah, he doesn't know where we are anymore. We just gotta hope we don't attract more wildlife between where we are now and where we gotta get to. There's a bear way over there, but we don't need to worry about him. What we do need to worry about is up here. It's a wolf patrol vector point. So we have to keep our head on a swivel. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. I hear a wolf over there to the right. Behind any tree and behind any hill could be a wolf waiting to kill me. There's one off in the distance. I see him through the tree line. Okay, let's keep moving. I'll be slightly safer once I get to Mystery Lake, but still in danger. I have to get to a shelter immediately. Aurora wolves are extremely dangerous. I think I'll go to the camp office first, and from there we can orient a wide, thorough search of the area. After we search some of Mystery Lake, we're gonna head to Milton region, Mountain Town. A very dangerous place with a lot of wolves, but nothing I haven't handled before. We might be able to find some extra warmer clothing there. We're almost there. We're almost in a shelter. It's not that much further. But I need to keep my eyes open. Aurora wolves are a different breed of deadly and aggressive. Well, we made it to the camp office. Let's head inside. Hey, Cameron. Honestly, we've been doing pretty good. Fuck yeah, how have you been? We're playing a new 7 Days to Die series. You gonna tune in today? Alright, let's get some sleep. We need some. I might just eat the maple syrup that we have on us. Alright, we didn't get food poisoning, thankfully. Alright, let's get some rest. Some much needed rest, and it should be daytime when we wake up, or at least close to it.
horse.
Let's research this last level of the mending book. Nice. Okay, we got a bunch of mending experience. We're just about halfway to a level up. When we research the second mending book, we'll be even better off. Anyway, let's start looting this place and see what we can find. Hey, look at that, guys.
This stuff.
We got a bedroll. Oh, that's beautiful. That is the ability to make a camp and sleep anywhere. Now, it's not safe, because sometimes, like, you can freeze to death when you're outside, right? But if you're in the back of a cave and you put down the bedroll, you start a fire, like, you're golden. That's huge. Whoa. Decent.
Find something to eat.
Decent combat pants? No way. What? And worn thermal underwear? That is the luckiest grab ever on this difficulty. Yeah, fuck yeah, back to 7 Days to Die. We're doing a Loot Goblin series. We just did episode 1 yesterday and we're doing episode 2 today. Me too, by the way. 7 Days to Die performs so well in terms of consistent viewership. Not bad, just got back from Kansas this morning and gonna be moving down there permanent in a few days, and you'll be here for the stream, eh? Right on. Well, good. Happy to see you, buddy. It's been a while. I've noticed you've been absent. Alright, so we can equip the combat pants, and we now have a second pair of thermal underwear that we can wear. We're a lot warmer now than we were before. That's incredible. I can't believe the fortune that we just had. Oh, by the way, guys, I found a magnifying lens right there under the pillow once. Sometimes the loot is that tucked away, like it's... The devs took great care to really reward thorough exploration in this game. There's a dead body in here. Oh, look at that whetstone in the crate. We got tomato soup, salt, cooking oil, flour, a cooking skillet.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
A cooking pot as well. Pork and beans. My wife, Susanna, found a magnifying lens under here on her Stalker playthrough. I don't know if you could find one on Interloper, but she did find one on Stalker. I'm not seeing anything else tucked away. Doesn't mean there isn't some, just means I'm not seeing it. Yeah.
Stuff.
Man, it's a crime against this channel to be absent, Cameron. You gotta keep watching so I can keep finding the good stuff. Don't abandon us, bro. Alright, let's see what else we can get here. Finding the combat pants in there was huge enough. Like, that was extraordinary. But finding the thermal underwear as well, those are like astronomical odds on Interloper difficulty. Truly astronomical. Alright, we got some antiseptic fluid. Fluids. I love fluids. Hey, look at that potato. That's well hidden. Alright. That might be it for whatever loot we're gonna find here, but we found a considerable amount. Let's create a stash. Deposit a bunch of books. We're gonna want to shed a lot of our weight here. We're gonna be exploring this surrounding area for quite a while. Alright. We'll get rid of 4 prepared reishi mushrooms. We'll harvest these driving gloves right here. You've been having shitty weather in Kansas? Or Wi-Fi? I was thinking about yeah, Danzig Sam. During summer in Florida. Fun to watch a game in the winter, eh? How are you doing today, Danzig? Okay, now. So far, so good. Okay, we're gonna want to repair that bedroll soon. Get it up to full so it gives us as much warmth as possible. Same with our thermal underwear, but the combat pants we found are in great condition. This file cabinet is full. What's in it? Just wood stuff? Wood, meds. Okay. Put a torch in there. Scrap metal, leather. Whetstone. And we'll put our food down here. Our surplus food. Just the stuff that we don't necessarily need to carry on us right now. We're gonna need to, next time we start a fire, we're gonna need to prepare a reishi tea. If you don't have one when you get food poisoning, then you could end up taking a lot of health damage in the process of making the tea. So. We're gonna want to produce that coffee as well. Let's take our lowest conditioned edible food with us. So just this stuff. And we'll live off that for a little bit. Okay, we're gonna want to search Mystery Lake thoroughly. Yeah, oh man, I feel you with the shitty internet. At the house where we used to live, we still have it, it's a cottage, but we lived there for a time, a handful of years, and my download speed there was 1 megabyte every 5 seconds. Literally 0.2 megabytes per second. That was our speed there. It was awful. Then we got Starlink, which was better, but of course, well, Starlink was like vastly better. With Starlink, we were getting like 30 megabytes a second of download, which I don't remember. I once calculated the percentage of how much better it was. I don't remember. It was ridiculous, though. Hang on. So, 30 divided by 0.2. Yeah, it was 150 times stronger. Once we got Starlink, it was 150 times stronger than what we were used to. It was crazy, man. It changed everything. That was when I actually started working on my YouTube channel and making videos. Now we live in a place where the internet's even better because we have coaxial cable feeding the internet directly to our house, and I have a Ethernet cable plugged into my computer. I couldn't live stream like this with Starlink. At least if I did, we'd probably lose 2% of the frames every live stream. Oh, this weather's bad. All right, guys. 1,500%. Yeah, 1,500. It was crazy, dude. Crazy. All right, let's take a brief 5-minute respite, everybody. Do whatever you want to do. You know, put a new pot of coffee on, get a breakfast, or take a piss. You know, get some fresh air, and we'll meet back here in 5 minutes, okay? All right, we're back. We are back. Lazy Saturday in my desert. Temps are down. All right. We're going to want to search these fishing huts. We're also going to want to search several of the cabins that are littered throughout this lake. We don't need to worry about weak ice here. There's no weak patches of ice that we can fall through on Mystery Lake, thankfully. All right, cedar wood. Reclaimed wood. All right, this one is done. I see a wolf over there in the distance. You guys see it? Gotta try to avoid those. Wide berth. Got a piece of cloth. Fall is coming. Seems the triple digits are waning for the year, eh? Oh god, the triple digits of heat? That's brutal. Yeah, winter's my favorite season of all of them. I love winter. When you're too cold, it's easy to warm up, right? You just bundle up. But when you're too hot, how do you escape that, right? Sitting in your house naked with a fucking fan on you, like... fucking suffering, beads of sweat rolling down your face, like... Okay, we managed to get to the first cabin before we started to freeze. Let's take all these books. They're perfectly good fire fuel. Got a pair of leather shoes here, but they're ragged. Ooh, Pinnacle Peaches. And it's a brand new can, too. No food poisoning risk from that. Okay. I'm not really seeing anything else in here, but I'll give it that one more thorough once-over just to be a little more certain. Okay. Now let's hop to the other cabin nearby. We got a sewing kit right here. More of those, the merrier. Nothing under the bed. Nothing on the shelving unit. Nothing under the table. Nothing around the rocking chair. Alright, looks like this cabin didn't have much to offer, but it is a warm place. I'll pass time here for a moment. Okay. Now, let's run over here. There's more cabins we gotta search. And I want to try to reach them before we start to freeze. Okay, we got more books. Nothing in the trash can. Nothing in the first aid box, but there's a bandage sitting on it, though.
Someone.
Ooh, we got beef jerky. All right, not seeing anything else lying around. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else in here. Okay. Another cabin. Let's go. A note left behind. Alright. Plastic container. What's in here? Nothing. Nothing in the trash can. Nothing underneath the table. Nor on the shelving unit. Nothing in that crate. Got a can of spray paint down there, but we don't need that. Anything in the cupboard? No? Okay. Okay, there's nothing special in this cabin, it seems. Although sometimes, even like under here, you can find like a granola bar. So, it pays to be very thorough when looting. Alright, let's progress. We'll warm up a little bit more by passing time right here. You live in the Mojave Desert in California? God damn. Oh, a desert by moniker and by temperature, eh? You're gonna reinstall Rev and give it another run? Alright, let's keep moving. We're approaching the evening hours of the day, so it's getting a little bit warmer outside, but it's still pretty fucking cold. We still gotta hop shelter to shelter. Alright. More books. This is our last interior cabin to search on the lake. We got a crow feather in the garbage. Nothing in the first aid box. Nothing in the trunk. Nothing in there. Nothing in the crate. Not really seeing much of anything else in here. So, let's warm up a little more. Alright, I'm gonna have to just go take the boiling water off the burner and then put the coffee grounds in it to steep. I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Wait.
Yes.
Yes.
I like the Long Dark. It's even, you know what? It's one of the funnest games I could play, and it gets decent viewership throughout. We usually got a consistent 10 people in here. I like that. I can have fun. Alright. Okay, let's move. We're almost done searching the entirety of Mystery Lake. Cedar, cloth, reclaimed wood. Not seeing anything else in this cabin, though. Alright, now we have to go search this cabin. Unfortunately, there's a shitload of wolves around it, which sucks. But if I can get inside the cabin, the wolves won't accost us from within it. Shit. Fuck me. Alright, we're gonna go into this fishing cabin over here. Try to pass a little more time, make it so we can search that. Having 3 wolves coasting it and 1 right in front of it, I can't get in there. Oh. Yeah. REV? Yeah, okay, I didn't know what that was. Resident Evil Village. I briefly enjoyed a Resident Evil 2 playthrough on the channel. Did some achievement hunting, got all the really hard ones. Okay, let's pass time a little bit more. And let's hope those wolves are gone. It looks like they've wandered off someplace else. Alright, let's get to that fishing cabin, search it, and then we'll return to the camp office. Okay, we got a fishing book in here. That's a good grab. Sewing kit, look at that. Alright, good grabs all around. Let's get back to the camp office. The temperature is very forgiving now. Mystery Lake is one of the warmer regions. It's a really good place to live and settle down after you've explored the world. There's an auto walk feature to the game, so you can just press a button and walk without having to do it yourself. I really like it. I think I'm gonna hold off on sprinting for a little bit. It's so warm that I might actually be able to go up there and search the rabbit grotto without having to rest first. Yeah, it only feels like -4 right now. That's definitely preferable. Advantageous. I'm just really happy that we were so lucky to find that early game storm lantern. It allows us to search thoroughly indoors, even at night when there's no ambient lighting to take advantage of. All right. Fill that up with the wood that we found. We got a lot of books we gotta deposit as well. Put our surplus books in here. Alright, let's see. The fishing book I'd like to hang on to and actually research it. The sewing primer book we've already read. We have another one that we can read. I'm definitely going to want to read that fishing book too. Thank you, sweetie.
You're welcome.
Alright, deposit the antiseptic in here. And 4 of these reishi mushrooms that have been processed. The ragged leather shoes we're going to want to harvest and scrap for the leather, but not yet. Let's deposit those new pinnacle peaches. 2 sewing kits. 2 cloth, leather, feather, and scrap metal. Alright. Now let's try to get to the rabbit grotto and search it. But it is entirely possible that we encounter a wolf up there. So I need to be very careful on this little trek. As one can assume by the moniker, the rabbit grotto up there contains rabbits. So there's at least a chance that if a wolf does attack us up there, we might be able to incentivize him toward one of the rabbits. Oh, and MyClad, there's even a sprain system in this game. You have to try to stick to the most level terrain as possible, because if you're walking on too steep of a hill, it introduces sprain risk, and at any time you could sprain your ankle, sprain your wrist. That red icon on the bottom right corner of my screen right now means I'm not on level terrain, and I have a risk of getting a sprain. Alright, we're almost at the grotto. We can search it. Alright, we've got some rabbits skittering around down here. But no wolves. Okay. Oh, wow! 2 archery books. Oh, that's clutch on fucking Interloper. Okay. Mystery Lake Vista. If we map from up there, we'll unlock a considerable chunk of the map. Hey, whoa, okay, so this lockbox, if we find the memento key for that, it'd be good to come back here and check. See what loot we get. Anyway, we've looted this place. We found 2 archery books that we can read. Very, very good grab. Let's grab some more fire fuel while we're here, since the temperature allows for it. There's ptarmigans here. Those little birds, you can harvest their feathers to improve a bedroll. You can fill it with ptarmigan down. Yeah, the sprain has various effects too. Like if you have a sprained wrist, then you can't wield a two-handed weapon like a bow or a rifle. And if you have a sprained ankle, then you can't sprint. You can bandage the sprain to kind of like fix it. Also, if you have a sprained wrist or ankle, then you can't perform a rope climb. I might get a sprain here, but this is too good of a shortcut to pass up. I'll be at the camp office very soon. And I think I'll use the rest of the day to perform some necessary research. Okay. A fucker froze with wood right next to him, yeah. Poor bastard didn't have any matches. All right. Okay. All right, we have our 2 fire fuel boxes down at the bottom here. Got a whetstone in there. Okay. Now I got a difficult question ahead of me here. It's, oh my god, the wind. Jesus. Alright. It's so warm that I could walk to the next place that I want to loot, probably without freezing, but I'm so tired, right? Like, that's the risk you take. I have to worry about wolves and shit, so I may attempt it, but it's, oh god. Okay, a blizzard started, so we're not attempting it. We're good. Let's do an hour of research. I think we have enough enough of our fatigue meter to accomplish that. All right. Now, we're gonna want to get some sleep. We'll eat this box of crackers. How much health do we need? We don't need that much health back. So I might actually just eat the stale beef jerky. That's 4 hours of rest. 4 hours of health regeneration. And then I'll have a cattail stock. We should be able to full heal just with that amount of calories. Alright. We'll be just about full health when we wake up. But we are officially out of water. We need more potable water. Which means we're gonna have to bring some fire fuel upstairs. We'll just take that cedar wood right there, as well as a few books. And while we're boiling that water, we can research sewing a little bit more. Bust out our torch. Light it. Alright. Let's light the fire, boil some water, and research sewing. We'll be able to use the light from the fireplace to research. Even if it's night out. Even if it's dark. Stick a couple of cedar wood in there. Cooking pot can do a lot more water than the skillet can. All right, let's research. We're gonna need to eat a cattail per hour of research that we do. And we might actually reach mending level 2 after we research this book, which is very important. Every time you try to repair something and then fail, you waste not only the cloth, but you also lose durability on your sewing kit. So reducing the possibility of failure through this research is very important. Another hour. Alright, potable water. Lots of it. Now we do another 2 liters in the cooking pot, another liter in the skillet. And let's chuck another piece of cedar in there. We're going to be able to finish researching this book. Potable water. Start another batch. Eat a cattail. Oh, and I need to make a reishi tea. So I'm going to have to make sure there's a little bit of extra fuel in there. Yeah, we'll just add a book. Alright, final hour of research and this book will be done. potable water, and even more. Now, let's prepare 2 reishi tea. Okay, we now have an antibiotic in case we get food poisoning. Is there anything else I'd like to use this fire for? Yeah, there is. We're gonna go grab those potatoes and cook them. You can't eat them until you cook them, so we'll get that done now. I can't, like, place this on the stove to cook it, right? No, it doesn't work. Okay. We have 7.5 liters of water to sustain us for a time while we explore this region. Cooked potato. Cooked potato. Alright, let's go grab some sticks. I don't want to use any more books for the purpose of sustaining a fire. Yeah, we need those extra books for starting fires. Alright, we now have 4 baked potatoes that we can eat. And making even more water wouldn't be a bad idea. Make 1 liter in that, 2 liters in that. And if we want to, we can research something else while we do this. Question is, what do I research? We have archery, fishing. Probably the fire making book would be the most immediately useful thing. Oh yeah, if we fully research this book, then we'll be right on the cusp of leveling up our fire starting. Okay. Eat another cattail stalk. Bang out some more research. Alright, that's more than enough potable water. Not really worried about it anymore. And we got a good start on researching our fire-making book. Okay, we can deposit that sewing book now. Sadly, we didn't get a mending level up, but we're close. Yeah, we're very close. A few more successful repairs and we'll have it. Speaking of which, does anything need it? Yeah, we'd get a lot of temperature boost if we managed to repair these combat pants. We're now 0.5 degree warmer at all times. Let's try to repair these thermal underwear as well. Nice. We're practically a full degree warmer now. Hey, mending level 2. We got it. Okay, good. That's gonna help us out a lot. The only thing I forgot to do is make some coffee, but we'll do that later. And we will put a shitload of water in here. We got a stockpile of it now. All right. Fire. Yeah, fire will come in handy here, won't it? All right. Well, let's head out. I have to search the fire watch tower. Although it looks like the wind is considerably against me at the moment. I could take the other way to the fire watch tower, that's okay. Yeah, the wind will be against us if we try to go to those train cars right now, but I still may try to do it. The thing is, sometimes there's wolves there and sometimes there's not. If they weren't there right now, I would want to take advantage and loot that area. And then from that train car, I know a shortcut to get up there to the Firewatch Tower. A shortcut that I'm very happy I know because it has come in handy several times in my history with this game. I don't see any wolves yet. We might be in the money here. Free to loot this without being harassed or attacked. Fucking guy froze to death here and there was a cabin just up the tracks. Maybe he was wounded. Alright, feather. Another one. Not really seeing any more feathers around here. Nor anything else that's lootable. Alright. Now I can take a shortcut up to the Firewatch Tower and we'll loot that area. Possibly even rest there, but right now the temperature is so forgiving, I feel like I could just keep on exploring, searching, and traveling. It's a pretty steep hill. There is sprain risk here, but I'll just sprint up, try to get up as fast as possible, and now we should be okay. Well, if I do want to go to another place after this one, I need to conserve my rest energy. Time management, my friends. Time management. Alright, in another hour, we're gonna stop playing this and we're gonna start playing 7 Days to Die again. There's one hell of a view from up here. You can see the surrounding countryside as well as some landmarks. That over there is the log sort, a clear-cutting area. Just over that way, there's 3 trailers that I have to search. This is a beautiful base location, even if it is hard to get to. However, the caveat with a place like this is there's really not that much storage space in it. You'd need to build some stone cairns here in order to have more storage. This is a Vista location. Alright, you know what? Let's do it. If this is the Vista location, then I may as well fucking survey from here. Oh yeah! We just unlocked so much of the map. Beautiful. We got a bandage. A simple toolkit, very useful. A granola bar. Another book. Hey! A magnifying lens. We can use that when it's really sunny to start a fire without using any matches. That's a really good grab. Anyway, it looks like we're done here. Oh, look at that. Hidden cooking skillet right over there. I almost left without that. Anyway, let's try to make our way over to the trailers. So if that's the tracks, and that's the logs, we have to go that way. We don't have that much of our temperature meter left, but we have enough. Now, this is billy goating. You can billy goat down terrain if you're careful about it. It always comes with a little bit of sprain risk, but you can usually get down without having a sprain. But if you're not careful, not only will you lose a bunch of health, but you'll also tear your clothing. So you just gotta be very careful whenever you decide to do billy goating down a steep cliff. Bless you, Zuzi. Cameron heard you sneeze. Okay, I see the trailers right down there. We'll search them up. And then that will be almost every single major loot location in Mystery Lake visited and cleansed of all of its loot. And then we're gonna go to Milton, and we're gonna search that region. We already found a bedroll. All we're missing now is a hacksaw. We need a hacksaw in order to do Timberwolf Mountain. Alright, let's search these trailers. And we can sleep here. We got a lot done in this one in-game day. Ooh, another pair of jeans. If I didn't already have a pair of combat pants, I would be very excited about that pair of jeans. Alright, not seeing anything else here. What is that? A marine flare. Very nice, okay. Time to cook and break the fast. Sounds good, buddy. We'll see you shortly. Got a piece of cloth down there. Alright, looks like this trailer has been searched. Oh, let's check the other one now. Right over here. This is the final trailer. A ragged t-shirt and accelerant for starting a fire really quickly. Don't know how useful the t-shirt's gonna be, though. We're probably just gonna have to scrap that. Alright. Okay. Oh, look at that. Fucking candy bar just tucked away under the bed. That's why I love this game, man. The looting is so fulfilling. Now, camp office is down there. Trailers are over here. I could try to get back. The thing is, the weather has really held. It's only -5 right now, so I may actually try to just get back. We are already encumbered. Mainly because we're so tired. We're missing a lot of our carry capacity due to that, but I think I can get back to the camp office safely. All right. Oh, the log sort's over there. We gotta go this way. And bypass the log sort. Temperature is holding. We still have a lot of energy left too. We can make it home. Make it to the camp office, deposit, organize. And then it's going to be time to head to the trapper's cabin, and subsequently to Milton to search that entire region. Oh shit. Well, there's a wolf right there. We have to try to avoid that wolf. I may be able to bypass him without being detected, but it's 50-50. It depends on his elected direction. Well, he's approaching us. I'm being hunted. Alright. The camp office is over there in that direction. We can lose the wolf by having him attack one of the deers or rabbits on this path. Oh. Yeah, I do need the moose hide satchel. That would really come in handy. It's going to be quite some time, though, before I manage to bag and tag a moose. I'm probably going to have Ash Canyon, Black Rock Penitentiary, and the Timberwolf plane crash all searched before I even get that. It looks like the wolf has decided to surrender the chase. I can't believe how much we got done today, man. That's awesome. Traveling during the evening is definitely the secret weapon of Interloper. It's warmest in the evening, so if you're really good at managing your time, and you know how to spend your time while you wait for it to be the evening hours, like researching books, preparing water, time management and resource management, I love it. It's a constant calculation, this game. It's never boring, ever. Grab some extra fire fuel for later. Yeah, best way to hunt a moose is, like, you have to try to get somewhere high. Like on top of a tree or on top of a boulder. Or you have to have a car right beside you so that you can, like, shoot him and then get in the car. In my video series, I remember I hunted my first moose. God, it must have been like, oh, day 90, perhaps even later, something like that. But it was in Coastal Highway, and I got him outside the Quonset gas station. All right, let's get inside. We did really good today. Okay. Alright, we scrapped what we don't need. We don't really have to repair anything. Everything is still looking good. Three cloth, 2 feather. Another sewing kit. Saving up a good number of those. And we have an additional cooking skillet here at base. Deposit the marine flare and the flare. I am going to want to make sure I have at least 2 flares when I go to Timberwolf Mountain. I need them for the ascent to Black Rock Canyon. Or, sorry, Black Rock Penitentiary. Okay. Take that. Deposit that candy bar. This one. I'll bet those potatoes are going to last a long time. A very long time. We're going to want to take a limited amount of food with us to Milton. Not too much. We're going to be finding food there. I think our inventory is well sorted now. We are prepared to shove off in the morning. And we're all done here. Alright, let's get upstairs and let's get some sleep. I don't need to eat that many calories, honestly, because I'm not missing enough health to justify it. So I'll eat this beef jerky, and that's it. Hey, Lee. Human beans. Day 5 sizzling, huh? Well, buddy, you're halfway through. Halfway through, and then what? You have a 4-day weekend with a holiday, right? All right, health is looking good. It's okay if we go to the trapper's cabin during the night. So we'll head over there. But first, I need to take down a text document of everything that we have deposited here. Everything. So, how much water do I have on me? We're gonna take some of this. 3 liters. So, give me a second here, guys. I'm gonna update my stashes. So, this is Broken Railroad. Maintenance shed. And down here. Mystery Lake. Camp office. Okay. Take down the fire fuel first. So 1 book, 2, 3, 4. 4 books, 1 cedar, 1 reclaimed wood, 2 coal. $16 sticks. Okay. Six more books, 4 reclaimed wood, and a torch. So we have 10 books here. 5 reclaimed wood. And a torch. Alright, now for the next cabinet up. Oh. Is that the book I still have to research? No, that's the one that is researched. Okay. Right, I've researched both. Beautiful. Alright, so that's just +1 book. For 11. Oh, I lost my bearings. Let's get this out. Okay. So, we got antiseptic fluid and 4 prepared reishi mushrooms. We have to scrap those shoes for the leather. Moving to Kansas from Illinois. Well, carry on, my wayward son. Get it? Because, yeah, you get it. Alright, 2 cured leather. Okay, so we have 3 leather, 3 cloth, 7 feathers, and scrap metal. Two charcoal, 3 sewing kits, 1 whetstone, and 1 tools. Also 1 flare, 1 marine flare. Yeah, I'll leave this food stockpile here, and we'll just call it a food stockpile. Fresh food stockpile, all in caps, just so I don't forget it. And we'll re-up on our food supply when we pass through, coming back here from Milton, if we live that long. Antiseptic fluid and 4 reishi we've already marked. Oh, right, and 1 cooking oil. Cooking oil, flour, and salt. As well as 5 liters of potable water. And lastly, so I don't forget, I need to go check how many, yeah. I have 2 skillets and 1 cooking pot. Alright. That will do. We now have a completed Mystery Lake document detailing everything that we're leaving behind here. Make sure I'm not taking too much. We have a Survive the Outdoors book, but I should also bring backup research material, I think. Oh, and I never wrote down the research books that we have. Okay, I'm glad I remembered that. So, 2 archery books and a fishing book. Very important, yeah. We gotta know where those are. Alright. Well, let's get out of here. Ooh. I kind of want to repair my bedroll, but there's no daylight right now. So what I will do is I'll take this cloth. Shit, where's the opening here? Right there. And then we'll remove it from the list. And then we can attempt repairs later. Nice dad joke there, Tom. Oh, man. Alright, we have to get to the trapper's cabin now. But we're traveling in the dark, which means it's going to be harder to see any encroaching wolves that might want to bite our head off. Dangerous time to be moving around. Okay. It's fucking cold out. There could be a wolf behind any one of these fucking trees. The wind is almost directly against us the whole way there. That is brutal. That is one stinky fish taco. Yeah, everything's creaky. Everything, I don't know if you guys ever played Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, but everything in this game is like the boat that you ride on in Wind Waker. Every time you turn the boat in Wind Waker, it sounds like it's about to fall apart. You know? Alright, I don't see a cooking pot here. Hey, whoa, what is this? Worn driving gloves and a wilderness kitchen book. Alright, let's go. Anyway, it seems like the wind's severity is not as bad as it was a moment ago. We can walk against it without being slowed down. I better conserve my stamina. I might need it to try to run away from wolves. There's a wolf patrol vector over this hill that I'm about to crest. So, you know, utmost caution is required. Oh, damn, Lee, that sucks. Okay, this is the hill. I can get over this hill with very minimal sprain risk. Now I just have to worry about the wolf fang risk. And the potential bear patrol that might be around here. That's a rock. Alright, it looks quiet for now. Let's go over to this tree. Sometimes you can find some loot here. Yeah, there's a bear spawn over there. That is a thing here. Crow feather. Nothing. Couple more feathers. One more. Alright, we have to crest this hill here. A dangerous proposition. Alright. Zuzi had a playthrough once that lasted like 6 months, and I came out of the shower and I was naked and I decided to do a funky little tribal dance in front of her screen while she was playing. Like, she had the laptop hooked up to the TV, so I went in front of her screen and flopped my dong around like a madman. And when I did that, she accidentally walked her character into a campfire and caught fire, and she had to run around and try to extinguish herself. She literally almost lost a 6-month playthrough to my shenanigans. That was the same playthrough where you crashed into a tree and almost died, right? Yeah. I almost killed you. We got a backpack right here. Nothing in it, though. Not really seeing much of anything here. Alright, let's head inside. We made it to the trapper's cabin, and we can depart for Milton tomorrow. Oh, that music is ominous. Alright, first aid kit, what do we got? Nada. Locker, what do we got? Nada. Let's bust out the old storm lantern. You know what, we can just sleep, and then it'll be daytime. We don't need that many calories here. I'm gonna eat these pinnacle peaches. We gotta get rid of them now, honestly. My health is good. If I get food poisoning, I have reishi tea. I gotta get rid of these 17% pinnacle peaches. Alright, we didn't get food poisoning somehow, miraculously. Let's, eat a quarter of a cattail stalk, and then hydrate and go to sleep. We'll finish eating that cattail. 446. Done. Alright. Yeah, I'm streaming tonight. In fact, buddy, we're about to start 7 Days to Die. Oh, but you're working. We're about to start 7 Days to Die in half an hour. Can you, like, do your lab work with headphones on or something? Got another bandage. Hey, a storm lantern just sitting there. That's pretty phenomenal. And look at this. Guys, look at how well hidden this loot is. You see that hacksaw? Fucking behind the chair. Like, that's incredible. All right, we are officially prepared for our Timberwolf summit climb. We have a bedroll, we have a hacksaw. Those are the two things you really need. Sewing kit underneath the workbench. Not really seeing anything else around here, though. Let's crack into this safe. All right, roughly 20 is the first digit. Yeah. $20, $25. $20, $27. There we go. We're in. Mackinaw jacket, perhaps? No, but hey, we did get some warm clothing, though. We got a decent down vest, which we already have, but it is in better condition than our current one. And we also got this decent wool scarf, so we will be warmer. Let's harvest these gloves. Could get away with it. Weekends are a different beast in the lab. Too many people had headphones in during the job. Okay. Oh, hello, MyClad. The adventure's going really well. We're making very good time on the journey. It's currently day 7, but we've already explored the vast majority of Mystery Lake. We're about to go to the Milton region now. And after Milton, we're going to be going to the more perilous regions. I'm very excited about it. After Milton, basically, we go to a place called Pleasant Valley, where it's big open areas, the weather's very vicious. From Pleasant Valley, it only gets harder. We progress to Timberwolf Mountain, where we have to climb to a summit and search a plane crash. And that's a pretty difficult journey. After that, it gets even harder. It's like the road to Mordor. Then we have to go to Ash Canyon to search a gold mine where there's immensely powerful loot. Carry weight capacity increase for our character. Upon which time we have to go somewhere even harder than that, which is the Black Rock Penitentiary, where we can get a ballistic vest for our character that will help us to survive struggles with wild animals forever. It's going good, though. We found a hacksaw in here. We've got a fucking bedroll. We found a second storm lantern. Got lots of food, good clothing. Not the best clothing. So far, I haven't been able to find an exterior jacket, but we're doing okay. Honestly, we're doing really good. Yeah, what do you got for breakfast? All right, let's repair this bedroll as much as we can. 40-minute time for the repair. If we fail, we lose 2 cloth. But that's why it's really good that we already have level 2 in mending, because our chance to fail is greatly reduced. Ah, we failed and lost 2 cloth. All right, it is what it is, right? That's part of it. Okay, let's deposit shit here. We have 2 wilderness kitchen books. But cooking is pretty easy to train later on. I usually don't worry too much about training cooking. All right, deposit the leather, the crow feathers. If I had any more cloth in here, then I would harvest it so that I could repair our bedroll even further. Lots of bacon and scrambled eggs, right on. By the way, I learned this like a few months ago. When you have eggs, if you can bear... Like, some people don't like it, but if you do sunny side up and you leave your yolks runny, apparently a lot of there's certain nutrients in there that get denatured with high heat. So if you leave your yolks runny, then it doesn't denature those vitamins and minerals and you get the full quantity of them. Yeah. Ugh. Do you remember what those vitamins were, Zuzi? Do you remember what those nutrients were where they're in an egg yolk and if you cook it too high, it gets denatured?
Don't know.
Egg yolk also has all of the essential amino acids too, which is pretty crazy. I can't believe that humanity thought that the egg yolks were bad. But I think that was a depopulation campaign. I think that was just the government trying to kill people. Or stimulate pharmaceutical dependence at the very least. Hey! A cloth scarf. Okay, I might be able to repair my bedroll again. I might. We have this one shot to try and repair it a little bit more. Yeah, 30% more. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we got the repair. Our bedroll went from 25% to 85%. Let's scrap this. Get the lantern fuel out of it. And refuel this lantern right here. I might also make a 100% torch. But I would need to have a cloth for that, and I don't have cloth. So, deposit that. Deposit the lantern fuel. I think we're ready to go. We're very encumbered, but we do have 9 kilograms of open space for stuff that we can take back with us. Ugh. We left a whole bunch of our food back at the camp office. When we're on our return trip to Pleasant Valley, that's when we're going to grab that food and move on. All right. We're just about good to go, though. I don't need 6 bandages. We'll deposit 2. Okay. On our way back through from Milton, that's when we'll document everything that we have here. Always runny, if not scrambled. Good man. Got a ribeye and shrimp defrosting for tonight. Oh, you're carnivore diet guy, eh? Right on. Me and Zuzi did carnivore for 5 weeks recently. Yeah, it was good. Healthiest I've ever been. Now I'm eating carbs again, and I'm shitting way too often. All right. Well, it's time that we headed out to Milton. I got just enough time to reach the Milton region. So, let me update my stashes here. Mystery Lake Camp Office, Trapper's Cabin. So we have 0.38 liters of lantern fuel. Four feathers, 1 leather, 1 scrap metal. 2 cooking books, and 1 sewing kit. All right. Oh, and 2 bandages. There. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Save. All right. Let's begin our journey to Milton. It's the evening, so, you know, it's going to be relatively warm for the journey. I'm not going to want to sprint, though. I have to avoid sprinting because we need to conserve as much of our energy as possible. There's 2 rope climbs. I can skip one, but I can't skip the other. Essentially, I can billy goat down 1 rope climb, and then I have to manually climb up the other one. Oh, a ribeye. I'm waiting for it, boys. One day, I'm gonna be filthy fucking rich, and I'm gonna live off of steak. Mark my words. Alright. We're gonna pick up all the coal that we can while we walk through this cave. And then we're gonna leave all the coal that we found at the entrance to Milton. And then we'll pick it up and bring it back to... Pick it up and bring it back to the trapper's cabin after we're done. That's weird. I'm getting an interaction thing there, but it doesn't look like there's actually a piece of coal. Alright, let's keep moving. Nothing in here. Here we go. All right, coal. Couple more pieces. That's it, huh? 3. Nothing on that body. All right, got a couple of coal right there. Not really seeing any others though. Slim pickings for coal in here. Here we go, another couple. Good. Another one right here. And that's the exit. All right, lantern out, save our fuel. Yeah, true enough, if you can find it on sale. I heard that, oh, what the fuck's it called? The chuck roast. Yeah, apparently the chuck roast is pretty good for carnivore. As long as you process it yourself, it saves you a lot of money and you have, like, quality beef. All right. 11 coal, huh? All right, we gotta leave that here. Big pile of coal sitting there. We'll grab that on the way back. And then just so I don't forget, like, I'm probably not going to miss it when I'm walking through, but Milton. All in all caps, coal on the way to Mystery Lake. Before cave entrance. All right, friendly little reminder. Okay. Now, this is billy goating. I can kind of hop down this rock wall There's a rope climb over there that you might be able to see. I can skip that if I carefully hop down here like a mountain goat, you know? There's another rope climb over there that I won't be able to skip like this because I have to go up, right? You can jump down, but not up. And even then, every time you go down, like jump down, see, I just got a sprain because I did that. So I'm gonna have to bandage that sprain and fix it. And now the edges of our screen are gonna be blurry because our character is currently in pain. I bought hot dogs because they were 2 packs for $2 and now I have hot dogs. If it's meat, I eat. So do you allow yourself to, like, you know how some places have a wing deal where you can get like a pound of wings for $6 some nights? Do you ever go to something like that? Like, do you allow deep fried chicken wings on your carnivore diet from time to time, or would that be like too unhealthy to justify? All right, cedar firewood. Pack of matches, that's not bad. It looks like we got a Deddy over here. Deddy Freddy. All right, let's go. Hang on a second. We have sunlight right now, technically. I could try to start a fire and then make coffee. A wolf would be bad now. There's a wolf down here, but he might not be spawned in right now. If he is, I will have to get a torch out and scare him away. Hopefully, though, I just won't fail with starting this fire. That would suck, because then I'd have to use a match to light the torch. Okay, we're good. Let's chuck a piece of cedar in there. A book. No, not water. Tin of coffee. Now let's try to grab a few sticks. I don't want to chuck a cedar in there if I can avoid it. Hopefully there is no wolf down here at the moment. There are rabbits, and I feel like if there was a wolf down here, I would have heard it attack a rabbit already. Anyway, I think that amount of sticks should do. Let's just grab these ones and then we'll go back to the fire and prepare the rest of our coffee. The only disadvantage to doing it this way is that having mugs of coffee weighs more than having the tin of coffee. Maybe I shouldn't process all the coffee, huh? Maybe I should just fucking make cups of it, like 2 cups, and leave it at that. I don't know. Because the thing is, sometimes the coffee is really good to use when you want to prolong your travel. You just drink a whole coffee, and then it not only warms you up, but also gives you a fatigue resistance. Yeah, I'll just fucking prepare it all now. Because the tin of coffee degrades over time, but a cup of coffee does not. Alright, that's it. There, time to leave. Really hope there ain't a wolf here, man. After 8 years, healthy enough to cheat once in a while. Love wings and deep fried chicken when I have them. Yeah, true enough, true enough. Those simple pleasures, I feel like there's... The longer I'm strict for, the more an abscess grows in my mind. And I always end up binging if I don't give myself that occasional treat. I have the mind of an addict. Finally sticking to my 16-8 intermittent fasting schedule lets me eat pretty good and not have to worry about calorie counting. Yeah, fasting is fucking magic, buddy. That's the thing. A lot of people don't realize a lot of weight loss has less to do with how much you eat and more to do with how often you eat. Because while you're fasting, your body's just burning your calories for energy. It's helpful. Yeah. And there's actually people out there who still believe the propaganda that the carnivore diet will give you heart disease. Oh, Fredman. Hello, Fredman. I didn't see you back there, buddy. How are you doing? Good to see ya. Yeah, 7 days to die in fucking 13 minutes. Let's go. Are you having a decent day today, Fredman? All right, we'll take a swig of coffee to reinforce ourselves for the climb. We seem to be climbing very slowly, eh? I wonder why that is. All right, at least we made the climb. That's what I wanted. Maybe you climb slower when you're in pain or something. I don't know. Yeah, true enough. Ground beef is the big one because you get all those good micronutrients that you need. And I feel like even a carnivore could benefit from having the odd avocado just because it's like, it's high in fat, it's not a sugary fruit, and it also gives you magnesium and potassium in a considerable quantity. Accelerant. A skinning book. Don't need to research those though, they're just fire fuel. You level up skinning easily enough once you start hunting. Stale granola bar, that's not bad. Fredman is I. He be I. I'm assuming you accidentally pressed enter after you started to type up your reply, eh? Alright, let's continue over to Milton. We gotta get to the central house where I'm gonna be staying. We could theoretically search this gas station on the way, however. In fact, we probably should. You're working, but it's very quiet, so you get to watch the stream? Oh, that sounds fucking beautiful, buddy. Yeah, true enough. I would definitely prefer a job. I worked at a grocery store before, and it was very hands-on. I didn't like it. Constantly, like, there were two extremes. You were either so busy that time flew by, or you were either so bored and inactive that time was drudging by slowly. Working the cash register was the worst, because you're just waiting for people to show up. But, yeah, probably the best job would be one where it's constant free time. You can just, like sitting at a security desk, right? You get up, go on patrol, come back, do some push-ups, listen to a live stream, play your Steam Deck, like... That would be the best job. If I had to have a job, I'd want it to be a job where I was just monitoring something once in a while, and I could, like, take time to myself to do shit. Listen to an audiobook, play a game, watch a video. I think everyone would love to be paid to YouTube and game, huh? Holy shit. All right. I'm not seeing a wolf nearby at present. Another wire. Let's head inside the gas station here. Yeah, food is really addictive. I noticed that, like, when we're not carnivore, man, I fiend food as though it was a drug. And it just erodes my constitution as an individual. Ever since so I managed to quit tobacco and weed, and then we started carnivore. And it was boring, but I was peak condition. Like, I find ever since we started incorporating refined carbohydrates, like, we don't eat pasta ever, but we have like ramen or pizza or whatever. Like, ever since I started incorporating those, I am struggling so much. I started smoking cigarettes again. I'm keeping my numbers low, but I'm having like 4 cigarettes a day. Which sucks because a week ago I was having 0 a day. I feel like the refined carbohydrates specifically, they give me this addictive mindset where I'm constantly in a mode of consumption. They are genuinely a drug, like it's... Hey, can of soda right there. Candy bar. Wires. Nothing there. A little bit of water in the toilet. Hey! Antibiotics. Maybe we can leave our reishi tea behind for a while. Antibiotics are lighter. They weigh less. Oh, we just got a pack of matches, dude. That is lucky. That's not a guarantee. That was a random roll right there. Replacement fuse. Okay. Not really seeing anything else that I can loot here, other than this fuse right here. Alright, let's get some sleep. So, what am I eating? 19% moldy chocolate bar. 25% moldy granola bar. I didn't get food poisoning, fortunately, so let's drink up and go to sleep. Alright, Lee. Well, thank you very much for dropping by for now, buddy. And we'll see you whenever you can come back, eh? 4.5. You're almost halfway there. Alright, let's fully rest. Getting off at 8 my time. Shit, I don't know. I never stream that late anymore. I usually end up like watching Dragon Ball after like 8 or 9. I don't know. We'll see, buddy. We'll see. Alright, we opened that door. Not tired enough to get another hour of sleep. But you know what? This blizzard does present an interesting opportunity. I can use this blizzard to get to Milton without having to worry about wolves attacking me, I think. Because I'm pretty sure the animals won't spawn in a blizzard. The blizzard has kind of ended, hasn't it? Let's save our stamina in case we have to run. Okay, that's it. Save the game. All right, guys. We're done with this live stream. See you later, Lee. We'll see you in a bit. All right, we're done with the Long Dark for today. We've had a really great start. We spawned in Forlorn Muskeg. We dealt with a lot of difficulty and obstacles, avoided Frostbite, made it to Broken Railroad, explored Broken Railroad, even going down into the ravine, which is not easy to do. And then we came back out to Forlorn Muskeg, made our way to Mystery Lake, explored that area, and now we've taken our first timid steps into the Milton region, where we will also explore it thoroughly. After we're done in Milton, we're going to head back to Mystery Lake, then it's onward to Pleasant Valley, Ash Canyon, Black Rock Penitentiary, and Timberwolf Mountain. Anyway, guys, I hope to see some of you back here tomorrow. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I've had a really good time chilling, had a good time conversing and talking. And if you're interested, we're about to hop into 7 Days to Die as well in about 10 minutes, so I'll see you guys there, eh? All right. Don't forget to check the pinned comment underneath all of my previous live streams for the word of the day and a health cookie. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, rock on, and peace out, my friends.